Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Yan. I do hope you lot are all doing well today, man. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy, where I go across football news media, evaluate, consolidate anything regarding the Blues, present it to you guys, give you my opinion, but more importantly, ask for your opinion on these stories that float around. And today I want to talk about three things, two pieces of news really, if you could indeed call one of them a piece of news. A tweet regarding Ben Chilwell has sent football Twitter, Chelsea media into a frenzy because reportedly Ben Chilwell is to have a medical at Chelsea in the coming days and he's packed his stuff up at Leicester. Okay, loads of headlines are talking about goalkeepers again, as Chelsea are apparently priced out of the All Black move. No surprise there. And not a piece of news, but I do want to talk about the number 10 shirt, who could possibly be wearing it for Chelsea going on to next season. That's a bit of fun, so we can do that. Anyway, while there's a football frenzy and silly seasons in full effect, please consider checking out OneFootball and doing yourself the favour of keeping informed in everything when it comes to the beautiful game. More specifically, Chelsea, if you select it on OneFootball, this app gives you everything you need regarding transfer news, and when football's on, it gives you scores, fixtures, lineups, alerts, statistics, everything you'll ever need. So make sure you do yourself the favour and go and check out the OneFootball app by clicking the link in the top of the description. Alright then, let's get into it. Right, so this series is me evaluating what's being said in Chelsea news every day. Obviously, a lot of the time, you know, the media, it's regurgitated information, and there's so much Chelsea being priced out of All Black move. Well, yes, they want the buyout clause north of 100 million. I would be disappointed in Chelsea, even in buying the best goalkeeper in the world, and spending that much when we need to distribute the funds across the team a little bit more. This story caused a stir because Jan Oblak was being kind of coy about all exit links regarding Atletico Madrid. He was saying, let's see, there'll be time to talk, let's see, even when he has questions posed to him regarding Chelsea specifically. So people thought, maybe, but he's just doing the generic response that he would have been trained to do to get him a better contract or whatever. Realistically, of course Chelsea are going to be priced out of this. Unless Atletico really does need to sell, great, come talk to me, let's get a deal done. But of course, the other names floating around are like Nick Pope or Andre Onana being the most likely. Purely on terms of availability and price, but I quite, fair enough, I'd be happy with any goalkeeper at this point, but I'd be interested for Chelsea just to go completely left field and bring in another name just for refreshment in the brain. Do you know what I mean? Still, hopefully Chelsea can get some business done, but there does look like there's some priorities in front of a goalkeeper at the moment, which seems mental considering how big the goalkeeping problem's been for us this season, or this season just finished. Oh yeah, might as well shout out at this point, Barcelona lost 8-2 to Bayern Munich last night. Frank Lampard's defence not looking so bad now. 7-1 over 2 legs, 8-2 in 90 minutes. Bearing in mind as well, one of those Barcelona goals was scored by David Alaba. So I'm not going to let them have that. It was a freak own goal. It should be 8-1. Chelsea have a better scoreline over 2 legs. Believe in the process. Alright, let's move on. Let's talk about Ben Chilwell. So a tweet on social media yesterday sent everyone into a frenzy. I don't know who this guy is. Here's the tweet, but apparently he hosts a Leicester City podcast and he reckons he's got some inside knowledge. Now, I have heard myself that Ben Chilwell is a very likely signing for Chelsea Football Club, but this guy's pretty much saying he's packed up his stuff at Leicester at the training ground. He's going down to London and we can expect a medical in a couple of days. Now obviously that's pretty big news if we are to believe it. It's a relatively sweeping, oh yeah, medical, gone Leicester, don't worry about it. Ding! Now if you watch me on Football Therapy or listen to me on other forms of football media, I often talk about left back options and how, like many people, Ben Chilwell probably wasn't my first choice, but I'm on and off the Chili Bee train because Frank Lampard wants him. I'm inclined to back the coach. We as Chelsea fans are always moaning how the powers that be don't back the managers. This would be an absolute case of the owner backing the manager. You want this player? You want this player? You can have this player. So I'm all for it. Sure, he's been in poor form for a few months now, but generally there's a player in there and a new left back that Frank Lampard wants is alright with me. Ben Chilwell tweeted out a shocked emoji, like a lot of us were feeling watching the Bayern Munich Barcelona game. Sadly, he endured pretty damn abhorrent abuse down in the comment section below, which troubled me, man. Like, of course, I wasn't overly hyped on Ben Chilwell, but I'll absolutely back the player as a Chelsea fan. To see loads of, you know, anonymous Twitter accounts say horrendous things to him is so much just disheartening, man. So, you know, have a word with yourself. If you're out to just abuse human beings, don't do it. You know, if he starts scoring and assisting for Chelsea, you'll all be backing him in the end, so just keep your powder dry. And we can all be wrong about players. I recently endured the ghost of Twitter past coming up to get me, where I tweeted in 2018, 2 years ago, how I don't think Chelsea should get Pulisic, how he's too much like Willian, and it's not, there's Fekir would be a better option. And yes, looking at me now, I'm a Pulisic super fan. He's an excellent, almost generational player. I was wrong about him, and I'm happy to admit that, but would I ever abuse a player? No, I'm not a butthole. At least I hope I'm not. Anyway, we'll see what happens with Ben Chilwell. The papers are picking up on these pieces of news now, and they're reporting on it. I can't say for certain it's true. I have heard that it's very likely to happen. This is a separate piece of news or information that's come out. It does correlate. It's not for certain until it's for certain, but we'll see what happens. If Ben Chilwell comes to Chelsea, please do back the player. Alright, let's move on to something a little bit more fun and light-hearted and not necessarily news related. Well, it could be news if it comes out and confirmed who wears the number 10 for Chelsea next season. I basically wanted to put it to you guys and give you the options, because there is a few options. Now, of course, you think the likes of Kai Havertz, if he does sign for Chelsea, possibly, well, he probably will be Chelsea's record signing, and he always said he would like to wear the number 10 shirt. Now, off the bat, you think he'll be playing as an attacking 8. Maybe he should take Barkley's number 8. If Barkley leaves the club, that would kind of suit him. That would be like a cool number for him. But maybe if he's really wanted the number 10, Chelsea's record signing, might be his only request. He wants to like be like an icon at Chelsea wearing the number 10. Chelsea might be inclined to give that to him. Personally, I wouldn't. I'd like him in the number 8, but we'll see what happens. I want to get your thoughts on that. Next up, Hakim Ziyech. Very creative player. Will probably himself actually be playing in the number 10 role more than any of the other options in terms of a 4-2-3-1. When he comes off the right wing, he can actually play in the hole in the number 10 role, being that creative player. So off the bat, he'd have that kind of bragging right to perhaps boast the number 10 because he would suit the role more, but we know that doesn't mean much in football these days. And to be honest, only 32 million. If Chelsea are looking for a massive marketing opportunity here, in another season he might get the number 10, but I can't personally see it. I think he might get the 22. So I think Christian Pulisic should get the number 10. That's right, the player who I said shouldn't come to Chelsea 2 years ago, who I'm now taking L's on. I think he has earned it. He's been incredibly good under Chelsea in the offensive third. He looks like he's getting better and better. He looks like he's the perfect player for Frank Lampard to develop, which is excellent. And I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear it, but it would be amazing for the marketing. Absolutely capturing the American market, being like, look, Chelsea, number 10, USA, come give us your money. It's not even cynical, it's just the way the world works, man. I think Pulisic would suit the number 10 as well. He's looking the most like Eden Hazard stylistically, and he looks like he could be a talisman. He seems like, obviously he's like this sort of shy character from Hershey, so he's not going to have this big personality to, like, you know, necessarily, I was going to say represent the number 10, but you get loads of number 10s that don't have a big personality. So whatever, give him the number 10, it would suit him. I like it. You know, Mason Mount, maybe he should have a shout for the number 8 as well, but I don't think he should be a number 10. I quite like his number 19 as well. I think it could become like an iconic number for us or for him. We'll see what happens. Anyway, what do you guys think? I want to get all your thoughts on what squad numbers should go to what players. Get down in the comment section below and express your thoughts on that. If you've enjoyed the video, I'd urge you all to like the video because it helps me out a lot. Subscribe to Football Therapy if you are indeed new to the channel, and a quick plug for my second channel, Jan's Yard, where I'm doing live football stream shows, which all of you guys seem to really enjoy, where we just chat ball, mainly Chelsea, but loads of other footballing topics as well, like transfers and other clubs. I'll probably do one tonight and talk about this amazing game from yesterday evening, so do go subscribe to Jan's Yard. I'll try and remember to pin a comment from that channel in the top of the comment section, so you can just click on that and go subscribe to that channel. That means a lot. You can also follow me on social media at Football Yannick on both Instagram and Twitter. That's it from me. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.